Please don't tell me that's it. Judging by the way that Pierce just reacted when we looked at it, I think that is actually it. It's still here after 77 years?
What is that thing?
It's a miraculous catch, bro. Leviathan. Stellar lava, offspring of the earth. Leviathan is seen, feared, worshipped, and named by men. It is linked by its dreams to the one who sleeps, and will not find rest until its divine progenitor is free. There is no greater predator on earth, and yet this being that feeds on huge creatures will never directly attack men. It will instill fear, the dreams of Rie, and finally, madness into the minds of those it chooses to serve its designs. Cursed are those who cross its path, and more cursed still, those who hear its voice, because, for them, no salvation in death. From the Necronomicon by Abdul Al-Hazred. I think that's pronounced Rie? Not sure. But it's curious that it says there is no greater predator on Earth, and yet it was actually brought down by men. It's still here.
Is that thing?
How about no? I need to find this log file first.
No. That voice. You're the Leviathan.
So similar to Dark Corners of the Earth, if we look at things that are upsetting, like dead bodies or cosmic horrors, we have a visceral reaction to it. I really want to find this last log. Alright. What is this? Not sure. Oh god. Alright, there's every possibility that she is not real.
Sarah?
Was she Leviathan the whole time? Alright, so we just entered our office. A couple of chapters ago, we walked through a door and we found ourselves somewhere entirely different.
Hello. Who is this?
The quest for truth requires sacrifice. There's no room for compassion.
Who's there?
Sounds like
Your
myself.
stubbornness at wanting to help others who would have deserted you is a weakness. Fate leads us inevitably to solitude, and in one's final moments, one is always alone. You can't escape it forever. It will always find its way.
I don't have a choice, I've got to approach it. I couldn't see what it was holding. Like a baby or something? Or was it just its robes? Also, I generally don't recall if the door at the start was glass or not. I'm struggling to recall, like I would have looked around to the sides there to see what's outside, but I don't recall doing that. Alright, we just teleported. Oh, what the fuck? No, wait, that's not our war buddies. Never mind. I thought that was out of our office. Anything in here?
While the sailors were going insane, Fitzroy and the mutineers took over the ship and probably killed the captain.
Log 3. Tuesday, 25th of June, 1847, so 2 days before the end. 35 north, 59 west. Fitzroy encouraged the men all day. They are in shock and can't overcome their trauma. They say they can hear the screams of their comrades turn mad. Some of them hurt themselves in a desperate attempt to stop the visions that haunted them. Others chose to embrace them. Fitzroy is one of the latter. He named the beast Leviathan because he believes in his biblical nature. I told him to get rid of it before it's too late. This thing is not the work of God. Did they not tell... Like, they brought this thing back to Darkwater, right? They said, yeah, half our crew died. Did they not explain why? I'm guessing they just kept it all secret. Oh, I wish I could read that. Do we have oil here? We do. Let me see if I can read that. This fascinating creature possesses incredible regeneration capabilities. I'll get that right eventually. The consumption of some parts of its body provokes various effects on humans, depending on the parts ingested. Whenever a part of the creature's body is injured, or ever completely removed, it immediately starts healing. After a few hours to a few days, it is as if nothing ever happened. The harpoon Hamilton stuck in the beast's brain probably explains why. I can't have. It seems paralyzed. It is still conscious, but it cannot activate its defense systems or even move. I managed to extract the... I don't know how to pronounce that word, but I know what word it is. Like cerebrospinal fluid from its brain, and its properties are amazing. Something called its... I wish I could read that word. In reference to the god's ethereal fluid. I don't know what that word is on the left, I'm sorry. I still need to make further experiments, but it appears that when a subject receives an injection containing this fluid, something firstborns can control his mind. I don't know yet why something... I don't know yet why only something can do it. Probably because of our long exposition to the beast, or our frequent consumption of its flesh, making us part Leviathan. About 2 to 3 times larger than a common whale. This fat, when boiled, makes the oil. It can be used as a typical whale oil. Its best, particularly, however, is to allow people to visualize glimpses of this mysterious city and God we saw ourselves. Best efficient with creative people having it, because something consumed maybe while sleeping also increases the effects. I wish I could read all this, I really could. The tentacles are one of the most significant sign that the creature isn't your typical whale. Their vitality or something is still something, but it does remind us of our first visions of the god. Consuming the flesh gives us a certain form of immortality, or at least increases lifespan. Alright, so this may be fuller. It does not bring back youth, however. The flesh is also responsible for the regeneration of the body and can heal almost any kind of injuries. Even lost limbs. Is that English? Fitzroy something back in less than a week. Surprisingly, he still limps like an... something. Psychological? Can't read that word. Warning? Abusive use of the regeneration properties might make the body change, becoming more similar to the creatures and less human. Yeah, the first thing that happened when they brought the miraculous catch back is they invited everyone to the pub, and everyone ate from it. Did Fuller know this before he came back? Or did he figure it out afterwards? Right, what is this painting?
Everything points back to the day they brought in that thing.
The Scylla crew. Yeah, there's Fuller. Front and center. A forgotten photograph in the offices of the whaling station. Only a handful of the Scylla crew is present. Captain Fitzroy and Dr. Fuller are included. It is dated 1847. 74 years ago, so Fuller was there. Fitzroy's old man was there. Or at least I assume it's his old man. Who knows at this point? Oh, God. I assume these are all scraps of meat from the thing. And they just left it here.
They eat his flesh while he's still alive.
Alright, we go that way, or I can try this door. So if I didn't have master lockpicking, I assume I would need to go through that tunnel.
Perfect.
Edward, this is far from perfect, just saying. I'm guessing maybe I could climb that fence. Otherwise, if I fail the investigation check, I'm not sure how to proceed. Oh, okay. Okay, we've got to go down there, surely. We've got to see what horrors await us down here. Screw the gaze. If it's between this and taking the gaze, I'll happily take the sanity loss. No sanity loss. Okay. I'm terribly disappointed. Alright, Sarah. What's up today?
Learn to obey.
Did we ever leave this place? Hey, fella.
Finally awake. How do you feel, Mr. Pierce?
Fuller! Son of a bitch! I'll kill you!
No, I'm not even really with you.
Astral projection?
Well, to be perfectly precise, I am with you. But not in this cell.
What have you done to me?
Me? Nothing, really. See, it's one of the exquisite effects of this incredible creature.
Leviathan!
I see you already know about it. Well, shall we begin?
Depends what your definition of begin is, dude. So we just mentally connected. The bed's gone. Sleeping pills? Oh my god. No. I thought I said don't take it, but anyway. The three people we saw in the Harbour Master's office, I think. Are you going to make me eat this? So who was this again? Fuller, Fitzroy, and Hawkins. No, absolutely not. Alright, I don't have a choice, it seems.
Let me take a sample from you. Flesh, blood, spinal fluids. Don't fear. I created the mythological ichor from Leviathan's flesh.
That's the word I couldn't read.
Who knows what I can make with you? I need your body for my research.
Don't you have enough bodies in the town already? Yeah, I don't know if we're eating it or taking the treatment because my sanity is too low, or whether it's just 100% scripted. I tried to resist, but I couldn't. There's nothing else I can interact with, so let me try and pick up this gun and shoot him, but somehow I don't think it's going to work.
I killed him.
A necessary sacrifice that proves your determination.
No, he was just a complete piece of shit, dude. I think you would agree with that. Dr. Fuller is now deceased. He was here earlier, but he's now down here as well. Dr. Fuller. Fuller is dead. I'd have great difficulty explaining what exactly happened. We were really no longer of this world, that's for sure. And in a confused way, I know that Leviathan forced me to kill him. He did not hide the fact that he wanted his death. Was he in control of his own faculties, perhaps? Oh, we're all the way down here now. Last dilemma, okay. Oh, lots of dilemmas. Definitely skipped over a couple of padlocks there, and somehow I don't think I'm going to get them, so that's it, I think. Alright. Leviathan. The true appearance of Leviathan was revealed, and no man can support this vision without going mad. Pierce set his eyes upon this cosmic being, and his mind suffered a new attack. He is trapped in the whaling station with Leviathan, and he must endure a series of ordeals if he is to survive this encounter. His choices will bear serious consequences for his sanity. Yeah, sanity is psychotic, and I don't think it can get much worse. Last dilemma. Pierce seized a revolver and shot Fuller. In doing so, he followed the wish of Leviathan. Alright, well that's probably not a bad thing. Leviathan seems friendly enough. Yeah, we're seeing all that. Anything new here? Cat gave me a key. There is a passage on our territory towards the whaling station. What's going on here? Oh. The lack of punctuation on the second paragraph, but it makes sense. Sarah Hawkins. Is she here? Some sort of abandoned fish market. I can hear something. What's on the other side? Is calling me? Leviathan. How long have they been keeping him here? I recognize his presence. It was him. The voice. The dilemmas. What does he want of me? Where is Sarah Hawkins? What is still not... Yeah, saying that.
Find the truth and be free.
Wasn't expecting that. Are we back in the cellars? I'm not actually sure where we are. Oh no. It's one of these puzzles, isn't it? Just listening for any changes in noises, perhaps. I can't hear anything. I can't interact with my lantern. I can't pull out my lighter. Alright, so we have a door between the tanks, and we have a door at the opposite side of the room. No, we've got two doors here. I see, so they're disappearing from far enough away. That must be the real door. The furnace where we killed Charles. The exact definition of the word killed to be determined. The hell? Oh, I was expecting to find that. Alright, so we've got a couple of valves that we can twist here to do something. I'm not sure what. A lever?
Nothing's happening.
I probably need to spin those valves first. Right, well, something just happened. Just fell through the floor. I see there. I can fall straight backwards as well. They're invisible, but if I get close, they appear. Yeah, you can see a path there, but as I approach, the other paths appear. To try and confuse me, I think I'm going this way. More pipes. And look at that, it looks like the only real pipe is the one at the back there. This one with the reddish handle. The gas. Okay, that's my way out there. Why are we turning the gas back on? Yeah, again, look at that. We can see the pipe is on the right-hand side there. Or the valve. But look at that. The way this is designed, it's not like the other one. We've got 4 facing us here and they all face towards us. I need to figure out which one it is. What are we looking at? Can I say the tallest pipe? Does that make sense? Yeah, okay, it's this one here, I think. Hit autosave, so I assume it's correct. Alright, what's going to happen? Are we going to blow this up, or are we going to succumb to the effects of the gas again? Running for dear life. Can I crouch under that? No. Where are we going? This way. How do you feel about this, buddy? Setting your house on fire.
Pierce!
Fitzroy.
Time to hoist the white flag. We're not gonna hurt you.
I won't go without a fight.
You think you're here of your own accord? Stay back, or I'll put a bullet in your head!
Our supreme oracle has spoken. You will follow your destiny.
What?
In his awakening. I see. You cannot escape my awareness. I followed your wanderings, your choices, your attempts to free yourself from destiny. But it is unavoidable. And as I predicted, you have come to free me. Awaken and call him.
Well, if we hadn't committed any acts of arson before, we certainly have now. We burnt down the whaling station. Leviathan regenerated underneath the whaling station, perhaps? And he's now loose. And something terrible is about to happen, and we are the catalyst. Pierce finally met Leviathan, in flesh and blood. The monstrous creature submitted him to a series of ordeals, at the end of which he decided that the detective was ready to face his destiny. Pierce blew up the whaling station, and, after a final confrontation with Leviathan, he passed out.
The voice. I can't hear the voice anymore.
Normally I'd say that's a good sign, but that laugh that just came out of your mouth is terrifying. I can't access my diary at the moment. We've washed up a fair way down the coast. That would be Sarah, I think.
You are trapped.
Yeah, when Truth spoke to us before, it sounded like us.
Keep going.
I reckon that's us.
My God.
Or it certainly sounded like us on the telephone.
This way.
You want me to drop down there?
Stand up. Walk.
I'm not in control here, just to be very clear.
Is somebody there? Hey. Who are you?
Are we back in the caves where the ritual took place earlier?
Where am I?
Alright, I'm in control again.
No. I don't have time to go back. I must go to Sarah.
Yeah, this looks like the caves I think I was in earlier. Down there you got the mural on the left, perhaps? I don't remember that circle. Oh, that looks terrible. What does that say? Still can't access the diary.
To our fallen crew members, they have given their lives for a greater purpose. The last name added is that of Charles Hawkins. I'm willing to bet that they killed all the survivors of the miraculous catch.
But aren't they survivors of the miraculous catch themselves? Just a different faction? The mutineers versus whoever else? That's the face of a man who's seen some shit.
It will soon be time, Edward Pierce.
Why are you here?
You are dead. None of this is real.
Yeah, you're in his head.
Dead. As I see you now. Am I crazy too?
You survived. Don't you understand? You couldn't die. You will stay alive until you've fulfilled your destiny.
No.
Look at me. Look at me, Pierce. Dare tell me that you still don't believe it.
What of Bradley? Did Bradley know about this? Surely not. Yeah, I don't believe for a second that you're actually here. I'm in this deep though, so you know what? Let's just go with it.
Cthulhu Ilia.
When I was 8, my little brother fell from the apple tree. He was bleeding. I took care of him. That very day, I decided to become a doctor. I never reneged on my oath. That's what led me to Darkwater. The people here needed me. I died trying to save one of them. Help me give them a second chance. Embrace the power of this sleeping god.
You're out of your mind.
It's not just your life that is at stake. Many men and women have sacrificed themselves for this moment.
Colden!
You will not deprive them of their hope of a better life.
I saw what Leviathan did to Fuller. We will all die like him.
His life was written well before it started. It was not predetermined that he lived to see the call. But you? Yes. It is your destiny.
This painting. The investigation. I understand now. Like you, I was called here by a higher power.
Yes. All your choices had the sole purpose of preparing you for the final decision.
I must make a choice.
Not just make a choice. The right choice.
Not yet, but soon. We have one more thing to accomplish.
More collectibles?
What is it?
I must take you to Sarah Hawkins, our oracle.
Sarah, I feel her calling me. Let us not wait any longer.
Not yet. You have one last thing to accomplish.
No, please. I can't do it.
Do you understand what it is?
She has already fulfilled her mission. Worry about your own.
No. No.
No one can fight their fate. Neither them, nor you. Don't resist, Edward. They're already dead. There's nothing you can do. Just give in.
What happened to me? Sarah. I must go to Sarah. She is the Oracle. She will know what to do.
It's all in his head. That all happened because we looked at that painting. Still can't access the diary. I think the diary's gone for the rest of the game. I can go down there. That imagery. Is there anything on this side? I thought there might have been a path over here. Well, there's an interactable.
The miraculous catch was a trap. Leviathan wanted to be found. Destiny will guide me out of these caves. She would only have slowed me down.
Oh, is this a choice now? Can I leave? Can I just say I'm not interested and just leave? I can. Unless there's a rockfall blocking the way. Which way did that come from? I know I'm in very deep, but you know what? I need some fresh air. This place is dank, it's smelly, I can't proceed here, I'm trapped. Okay, where am I going? Down here, maybe? To the left? Is this the way out? Alright. I'm trapped. I thought there was a way out here, but I can't find it. It seems to me like we should be able to exit there, but I can't. Alright, well I suppose it's our destiny to find Sarah Hawkins to just figure out what her deal was. I'm very confused though, because Charles Hawkins was a member of the cult. Presumably wanted to bring Cthulhu back or worship Leviathan or whatever. And he presumably knew that his wife, Sarah Hawkins, was very, very important or instrumental in making these prophecies happen. And then he tried to protect her by locking her up in an asylum. I've got to be honest, I'm not really following the plot as far as that is concerned. Can't leave on the boat. That's not happening. Alabaster points. We saw that in a brief, I'll call it vision, when we were speaking with Colden earlier. After a final confrontation, Pierce must go to Alabaster Point, where Sarah Hawkins is supposed to be waiting for him. There, he must make decisions that could change the destiny of the world. No pressure. I still can't read the diary.
Reality as you know it stops here.
None of this makes sense.
Go! She is waiting.
Whoa. Yeah, I can't tell if that's just supposed to represent like a sine wave or a tentacle. Either way, it's freaky as hell. I love it. And this place, I mean... I want to believe that none of it is real, but... I don't know. Pretty sure it's all real at this point. It's all real, but it's all unbelievable, horrifying, terrifying, and we're just going all in.
What have they done to me?
Come on.
Oh!
Ah, Mr. Pierce. I was expecting you.
Fuller, you died in front of my eyes.
Don't jump to conclusions. Is there not the tiniest spark of a scientific mind inside of that detective skull of yours?
What abject substance did you use to turn her into an empty shell?
Abject substance. The serum extracted from Leviathan's oil bestows the power of life. To me, my body is nothing but the mortal vessel of my conscience. To you, it contains more answers and secrets than your insignificant mind can grasp.
I was literally just about to ask if Fuller injected us with the Ichor at some point.
That is not you. Not anymore. Not since your disappearance on the docks.
Ah, detective. So easy to fool you. So eager to rush to the rescue of a woman in distress.
You won't make me regret having tried to save people. I did what I could. Even for Colden.
Your efforts to change your destiny, although in vain, make you worthy of the fate that is yours. The day has come. You will be asked to choose.
We got played right from the very start. The other Hawkins?
You took everything from me. Wife, life, destiny.
You forsook your right to a normal life the moment you chose power over humanity. No one wants to see such an unbearable sight.
You don't have the slightest idea of what you speak, of what I've been through. I have sacrificed my life to the one who sleeps. My marriage, my family, my own flesh. Why didn't Sarah choose me? Why is it your damn face on her painting?
Is that why you locked her up? Because it was our face and not yours. Alright, I have control here. Oh, Jesus. Looking good, dude.
But you already know it. I can see that you will make the right choice.
I don't know. I don't know.
Your fear of the unknown and your stupid pride cloud your judgment. Quit lying to yourself and embrace your destiny. It's not cowering that brought you those medals. None of this is real. Trust your guts.
If nothing's real, what are you?
I am a projection of your mind. What remains of that instinct that pulled you out of the trenches. Don't listen to them. They're too dangerous for your tired mind.
I don't like the way the music just kicked in there. What the hell?
It's right there.
I'm almost there.
They're all there waiting for me. Hawkins, Algernon, and Fitzroy.
Here you are at last, Truth Seeker.
She was waiting for you.
You were waiting for me.
Yes. When I finally discovered the truth, I knew you would come. All this time I was fighting it, afraid of what I might discover, but I was afraid of myself.
It's coming.
What did you learn?
Listen to me, Edward Pierce, as I will deliver the truth.
I wonder what Algernon thinks about all this. You see him kneeling on the right there. We went down into the caves to banish the Shambler, and then she immediately turned heel. I've got to say that. I have to.
I have seen things. Strange and horrifying, but always true.
Will you trust my words?
Yes.
One man only prepared by the trials and revelations, holds the power to change the world. Because I saw you in the dreams I share with my God. I recognize you for what you are, a truth seeker. One of the rare humans who is able to perceive fragments of his mind.
Yes, yes.
I feel the truth in your words.
Because it was written. Or, as I like to see it, painted on the canvas of fate.
Pierce, help me!
Gotta say, Algernon does not agree with this course of action. Is that the dagger that we used to banish the Shambler? I think so. The hilt is the right shape. Not sure about the blade. The Dagger of the Ancients, I think it was called. That's a really sick painting. I can perform a counter ritual, or I can perform a ritual. Curious, so I assume that if I do that, I'm going to shoot Fitzroy. I don't think this is timed, but you know what? I've come this far. I've lost all my sanity. We need to do this. The laws of gravity have stopped working. I'm not entirely certain I signed up for that, but if something horrible is about to happen, maybe it's for the best. I think that's all we're gonna get, and you know what? I'm happy with that. I think that's an appropriate ending. It's very abrupt, but I think it's appropriate. Dedicated to the founder of the Chaosium, the Grand Shaman of Gaming, Greg Stafford, 1948 to 2018. 70 years is just not long enough. Alright, to be very clear, with the exception of the post-credits scene, which shows everyone getting beaten up, I'm recording this in post because on the night that I recorded this, my brain was frazzled, to the point where I couldn't actually pronounce my own name correctly. I should have chosen something with less syllables. Brief thoughts on this game. I like it. I really, really like it. But it's rough. There's a lot of things here, I think, which prevent this from being an easy recommendation. But chief amongst those, I think, is just the lack of polish. Things like the grammar, the animations, the facial textures, stuff like that. It sort of makes me think that the developers didn't have the time and or the budget to polish it up as well as they'd like. Which is a shame, because as much as I was memeing on all of the grammar mistakes throughout the entire playthrough, I realised that's not fair because I murdered the English language whenever I opened my mouth, and from the credits here, it was clearly produced by a European dev, and it was localised into English. I think they did a fairly good job. It's just that some of the copy wasn't great. I definitely had a lot of trouble understanding what was going on with some of the dates and some of the timelines and trying to put that story together. And when your story is so focused on trying to solve a mystery, trying to use your detective skills, that sort of stuff unfortunately really stands out. That was definitely a negative for me. The other major negative I had was the main plot in general. What was Charles Hawkins' problem? As best as I can tell, he was in a cult, he was trying to summon Cthulhu, and his wife, Sarah Hawkins, was the Oracle. She was a very important part of this process. So why is Charles trying to protect her? If Cthulhu's coming and we're all going to die, then that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially if she is a critical part of this ritual which needs to be performed. The only thing I've got is that she drew a painting, and Charles wasn't in that painting. Edward was in there instead. Was it literally just a case of Charles was upset because he wasn't in the painting? Charles was not the truth seeker? Because if that's it, that is incredibly shallow and disappointing in my opinion. There is definitely something there, I think, that Charles was trying to protect his wife. But I just found the whole situation very confusing. I assumed that a cult had a common goal to bring back Cthulhu, and they would all work together to try and achieve that common goal. So it turns out summoning Cthulhu was not the unifying force that we all hoped it would be. We've all gone mad. Who would have thunk it? Jesus. Right, well, Fitzroy's dead. Oh, Simon's toy. Simon's toy, that sort of brings things back into perspective, doesn't it? Fitzroy's dead, Hawkins is dead. But it's come at a very great cost. I guess the other major part which made me think I've got no idea what the hell was going on here was during the video that I labelled as The Trip. That was the one where we found ourselves in a weird environment having to use both the lanterns to negotiate the place. And I thought that was okay up until the point where we found ourselves in the corridors, and then we found ourselves with Marie and Fuller. But the process of finding our way to that room was a little bit too unbelievable for my liking. It's curious because when I compare to what immediately happened afterwards, which is we found ourselves in a bunch of similar rooms and then we found ourselves in Sarah Hawkins' cell, that was okay, and I think that's because we'd been down to the cellar and therefore we had a general idea of where Sarah Hawkins was. The game presented us a location which we were familiar with, and therefore I was able to accept it a little bit more easily. But the scene where we met Marie and the scenes in the jail also really didn't do much for me. there's a very fine line between weird and showing random things, and this game skewed just a tiny bit too much to the random thing side. For the most part, it gets it right, but when it doesn't, it stands out. What else can I say? I really like this game. I really like this game's atmosphere. I liked its environments. I loved some of the environmental storytelling, like for example, Sarah Hawkins and her office and the occult ritual being a hop, skip and a jump away from the child's bedroom. That is some fantastic stuff. I love the imagery. I love the sickly green hues of things. I went on about the characters' faces, but I love the way they look. It reminds me of Dark Corners of the Earth and the Innsmouth Taints. There is definitely a style to this game which I really, really like. Finally, as much as I was really ragging on the story just now, it was interesting enough and engaging enough that I was in right until the very end. Yes, the stuff at the end was very confusing, but I was definitely interested in seeing how this game ended. And I've played a lot of games where that's not the case, where I just coast to the end, it's like, yep, let's just get this done and be done with it. But I really wanted to see how this game ended, so in spite of everything that I've just spoken about, I really did enjoy this and I really was entertained by it. Alright, I've spoken long enough, so I'm going to end it there. That was my blind playthrough of Call of Cthulhu for the PS4. I really hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it. My name is Random Attributes, thank you for watching, and if the world hasn't been destroyed by Cthulhu and his followers by the time this goes live on YouTube, I will be back with something new very soon. See you then.